Hi everybody, this is just my video taking part in the Friendship Square 2011 collaboration. The square I'm going to teach you is called the Baby Mine Blanket, and as you can see it's just made up of popcorn stitches to make it look like a rosebud in bloom. So let's begin. You will need a size 5 crochet hook, which is also an F. And for this demonstration I'm using Cider Snuggly Tiny Tots Baby Fashion DK yarn. I'm using it in a beige, a baby blue and a green. Now you can make this up in one colour if you wish. I'm going to presume that you know how to make a magic circle. If you don't, I'll put links down below. We're going to begin with a magic circle and a chain 3. Working into the magic circle, we're going to work 5 double crochet. Once you've done your 5 double crochet, we're going to just turn it over, and going before the chain 3 space, we're going to pull our yarn through, making a single crochet and pulling it tight to give it a popcorn stitch. Once you have your popcorn stitch made, you're going to chain 2. And into the circle again, you'll work 5 double crochet. Once you have the 5 made, you turn it over again and you bring your crochet hook into your chain 2 space. Taking your yarn, you pull it through and you make a single crochet, pulling it tight to give yourself your second popcorn stitch. You will do this twice more till the end. Now to end, you chain 2 and you slip it. You do a slip stitch into your chain 3 at the beginning space. We slip stitch into our first chain 2 space, and then we chain 3. And again we work 5 double crochet. Now here we will chain 2, and in each chain 2 space we will work 2 popcorn stitches. So you will make 1 popcorn stitch, chain 2 and another popcorn stitch until you reach the beginning again. Now we're back at the beginning, so we're going to chain 2 and slip stitch into our chain 3 space. Now because we've worked a magic circle, we're going to go underneath and taking the piece of yarn, we're going to pull it tight so that you have no hole in the middle and it looks like a little rose. If you would like to change colour, now would be the time. Now I have changed colour to green. I've added my colour in the centre of my chain 2 space, and you chain 3 at the beginning of each row. So we work 5 double crochet into our chain 2 space. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. We turn it around, and before the chain 3 we put our hook in, pull through our yarn, make a single crochet, pulling it tight, chain 2, and we're going to do the same thing in the same chain 2 hole. So now we chain 2, And we're not working a popcorn stitch now, we're just going to do 3 double crochet into this hole. So as you can see now, we've just done our plain double crochet stitch, and you'll recognize this stitch as this is the one that we use in a normal granny square blanket. Once you make this, you chain 2. And that brings us to the corner. In the corner we work the stitch of a popcorn stitch, chain 2, popcorn stitch, all in the one space. And our popcorn stitch is made up of 5 double crochet. 4, 5. And the tighter your tension and the tighter you pull on your single crochet at the back, the more the popcorn will pop. And chain 2. And we do the 5 again in the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We turn it around. We go to the chain 2 space that we've just made, insert the hook, pull through the yarn, and single crochet. Chain 2. Now, coming to the middle before the next corner, we just work a normal double crochet. 1, 2, 3, chain 2. And we're back at another corner, and we'll continue this until we get back to the beginning. So we're back to the beginning. We've done our last double crochet stitch, and we will chain 2, 1, 2, and we will slip stitch into our beginning chain 3 space. Now we will travel over and slip stitch into the center chain 2 space and chain 3. So you will notice the similarities of this pattern as well as the granny square pattern. It's very much the same, the only difference being the popcorn stitch. So we are making our 5 double crochet. I think this stitch is also called the puff stitch. Turn it around. Single crochet. Chain 2. And just to say thanks to Beth in Texas for this lovely idea. I will leave a link to the other talented crocheters out there that's making squares. Also, thank you to my husband Morgan, who is actually holding the camera throughout this tutorial. We don't have a fancy video camera, we're actually using just our digital camera that takes photos. So we've done our corner and we're going to chain 2. So you will only ever do the popcorn or puff stitch now on the corners. Into the first square we work our 3 plain double crochet. Oops, I'm not feeding myself enough yarn. 1, 2, 3. Now the difference being, when we move on to work our second double crochet, we don't chain 2, we chain 1. And the reason for this is I am making this blanket suitable for a baby, so I like the squares to be small. If you chained more than 1, the squares would be far too big. As you can see, they're still there, but they're not too big, so the chances of the baby's fingers or feet getting stuck in the square are less. So, just to be clear again, you will only chain 1 between each plain double crochet stitch, but as you get to the beginning of a corner, you will chain 2. So you chain 2 at the beginning of a corner, in the middle of a corner, and at the end of a corner. Flip it over. I hope this tutorial is okay. I'm a bit nervous as this is my first proper one, so I just hope it's of some use to you. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we turn it over. Put it in single crochet. I cannot recommend this yarn enough. It's absolutely fantastic to work with. It's actually my favorite yarn of the month. So we chain 2 and we'll work our first plain double crochet stitch. 1, 2, 3, and chain 1. 1, 2, 3, and chain 2 because we're at the corner again. And you continue like this all the way around. So, just to be clear again, I always start this square with 2 rows of either the pink or the blue to make it look like a little blossoming bud. Then I do 2 rows of green to make it look like some leaves, and then I move on to the beige. So I'm just going to continue around now. So your finishing square should look something like this. It will increase naturally. How it will increase is as you're starting each row, you are slip stitching into the center of the corner. and this is giving you your increase as you go along. I think the pattern is really pretty. I think it's vintage looking, and I think any baby would love to be wrapped up in this. The yarn is beautiful. I can't talk about it enough. I will make sure to leave a link below of all the other fabulous crocheters that are doing their collaboration for the Friendship Squares 2011, and I look forward to hearing about how you get on with this square. Thank you very much. Good night and God bless.